All right. Good morning. It's Tuesday, September 10th, 9:30 a.m. You'd all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll start with a prayer, please. Heavenly Father, we beseech your divine guidance in this meeting. Keep us ever mindful of our obligation. Grant us, dear Lord, wisdom, tolerance, and courage that we may well serve our county and fulfill our trust. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Move to approve the minutes of the September 3rd meeting.
Second.
Move in second. Any additions, corrections? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right. Now open up for public comment regarding any of our pending resolutions. Seeing none, we do have a proclamation of the Board of Commissioners, Resolution 24-0667, recognizing the month of September as National Recovery Month. Whereas it has come to the attention of the Board of Medina County Commissioners that National Recovery Month is a national observance held every September to educate Americans that substance use treatment and mental health services can enable those with mental and substance use disorders to live healthy and rewarding lives. And whereas now is 35th year, Recovery Month celebrates the gains made by those living in recovery. And whereas National Recovery Month is dedicated to increasing awareness of substance use disorders and honoring the people in our lives who are thriving in recovery. And whereas Recovery Month celebrates the gains made by those in recovery, just as we celebrate health improvements made by those who are managing other health conditions, such as hypertension, diabetes, asthma, and heart disease. The observance reinforces the positive message that behavioral health is essential to overall health. Prevention works, treatment is effective, and people can and do recover. And whereas the Hope Recovery Community, located in Medina, is dedicated to increasing sustained recovery by providing hope, support, advocacy, and resources to those impacted by substance abuse. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Medina County, Ohio, that the month of September is declared as National Recovery Month.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right. And if Stephanie and Phil, you guys want to come forward, I'd like to present this.
I'm not used to that. I do appreciate it.
Okay, you want to say a few words? Go ahead.
Once again, thank you for the support from the county, and I really want to support and thank Hope Recovery Community. You heard the proclamation, you heard what it stands for, and Medina County is living, breathing, and you can see the diversity, the different, all the different ways that somebody can go into recovery, get help, and sustain. So, Stephanie, I'm sure you
Yeah,
have a few.
thank you again. It's good to be back. Stephanie Robinson, the founding executive director of Hope Recovery Community, also a person in long-term recovery, which means I haven't had drugs, alcohol, or engaged in eating disorder behaviors for over 16 years. Thank you to the commissioners, thank you to the Adam Board, and thank you to Medina. This was a place 6 years ago that we didn't want to come recover. Going to be really honest, it wasn't a recovery-friendly community. It lacked resources, and in the past 6 years, with the investment of the Adam Board, we've able to really focus on prevention and treatment and recovery support services. We have recovery housing, we have recovery centers, we have transportation, we have pro-social events. We're now serving youth. It is profound what has happened in this community. So much so that the rest of the state is watching, learning, and listening, and nationally. Sam and I will be traveling out of Ohio multiple times this year to talk about what's happening at Hope Recovery Community. The Recovery Farm is such an exciting project, and people are recovering and they're contributing, and it's just so significant, and we're so grateful that we're willing to have these conversations, honor this month, and continue to invest in recovery. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. We have now our business at hand, the county engineer. Andy Conrad.
Good morning. Good to see all of you. I have one resolution, and it was probably amended slightly from what was originally submitted. We had a typo in the resolution, but it's determining the necessity to close Congress Road and Granger Road for culvert replacement and guardrail repair.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moving second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
That was easy.
Yeah.
All right. Jeremy Cinco, sanitary engineer.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I have three resolutions for consideration today. First is authorizing the sanitary engineer to enter into an agreement with Dixon Engineering for professional design services to rehab the Ryan Road water storage tank and the Westfield standpipe. The second is approving NOACA's proposed facility planning area boundary realignment. And the third is awarding the 2023 home sewage system replacement project.
Move to approve the three resolutions.
Second.
Moving second. Any discussion? Just in that boundary realignment, this is a refinement of over in Cuyahoga County.
That's correct, in North Royalton.
North Royal. It is just a minor change. So, roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Shannon Ryan, our transit director.
Morning. I just have one resolution for your consideration, approving the submission application with ODOT for the state fiscal year 26 ODOT funding application for preventative maintenance and operating assistance.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moving second. Any discussion?
I just, this, because we're new with the ODOT system, do we expect any changes or notable differences related to the preventative maintenance side of things?
I think we'll see a difference. They're starting very early. The process starts this month for them for the approval process because it's the state fiscal year. I could see us probably getting the same amount, hopefully not less, because it's more competitive at a state level. I've been told verbally it'll all be okay.
Does our fleet size factor into that? I imagine of the rural systems, we're probably one of the bigger players.
Ridership has more to do with it than
Okay.
anything. Because of our ridership going up, that's a positive note in our performance and the newer vehicle fleet we have. Overall, they look at you at a holistic level, but ridership has the major part.
The bump up from the flex has helped us, correct? Made us much more competitive?
The capacity for our service and being more efficient, yes, absolutely,
Yeah, good.
absolutely.
Yeah. And I just to be clear for the audience too, we've recently had the shift from being after over a decade in the urban transit. Now we're a rural transit system, just because of changes in the definition of urbanized versus rural areas from the census. And that's the way the state funding works, which means now we're, rather than working with NOAC in terms of dividing up the urban transit pie, now we're actually competing against all the other rural systems in Columbus. And that's the question, is where do we are when you make that first step? It could be very telling.
The state fiscal budget is,
October.
yes, it's very interesting.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right. Thanks, Shannon. Thank you. Holly Murin, our Human Resources Director.
Good morning. On our personnel changes today, we have 3 new hires, 1 in building, 2 at county home, 1 appointment change at county home, 5 rate increases, 1 in maintenance, 2 in sanitary, 1 in transit, and 1 in human resources. 3 rescinded promotions in maintenance, 3 changes in position control numbers at Job and Family Services, 2 leave of absence, 1 in sanitary and 1 in Job and Family Services, 1 change in leave of absence in sanitary, and 2 return from leaves, 1 at Job and Family Services and 1 at county home.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moving second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Brett, Finance Director.
Good morning, Commissioners. Super short and sweet today. I have 3 resolutions for you. My first one is the gasoline rotary fund in the amount of $25,523.21 from our various departments. Our second is our travel. We don't have anything out of state this week. And our third resolution is our weekly bills in the amount of $1,383,980.
Move to approve the 3 resolutions.
Second.
Moving second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right, very good. Thanks. Now our county administrator, Matt Springer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have 3 resolutions for consideration. The first one is approving a contract extension between the Medina County Board of Developmental Disabilities and the county. This is for the use of our vehicle repair garage on Lafayette Road. The original agreement was for 5 years, and the board would like to extend that for an additional 3-year period with all previous terms and conditions remaining the same. This would take us through December 31st of 2027. The second resolution is permission to file for 2 different cybersecurity grants through the state. The filing deadline is this Friday. This would help with our MFA rollout as well as potential domain migration changes in the future. And then the third and final resolution is establishing a list of architectural and engineering services for a period of September 1st, 2024 through August 31st of 2025. And this is to help with projects between the budget range of $25,000 and $50,000. This is a service we've taken advantage of for projects such as the jail platform as well as the bathroom renovation project here on the county administration building.
Move to approve the 3 resolutions.
Second.
Moved and second, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Next, we have department updates. Greg Brown, County Home.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So short and sweet today. Census, 45 residents, 3 adult daycare. One of the positives, and Holly had 2 of our new hires on there. With those 2 being hired and the ones that are still waiting for their background checks at full-time employees, then we'll be fully staffed again. So that's great news. One of the big events that took place during the time that I've been away was the 4-H livestock auction. Mm-hmm. Another great outpouring from the community. Chickens, turkeys, pork, ducks, geese that all came into the home. Greatly appreciated. Still waiting for the fair to give me the donation list. So if anybody's waiting for their thank you cards, they're en route, just waiting to get that list. Some of the events, Access the Arts is always at our place. Several ice cream socials, lots of awesome walks in our parks around here. Owens Logger is one of their favorites. Bowling at Strike and Sprout on Lodi. They love bowling. And then also Rec Center, always getting them out, exercise. Projects. So October 10th, I'm going to ask Hallmark if they can wait till the 14th to start staging because of the fall foliage tour that's coming in. But they've been there twice to measure again, so they're definitely ready to start the install. I've got 3 offices that I'm finally pulling out the old carpet in and getting the hardwood floors underneath refinished. We've got 3 new railings for the front that they've been built and now they're just getting ready to install them. I've got the laundry room door that I'm waiting on another bid to come in yet to see which one's going to be the lowest. I was having a vendor supply water coolers at our place, but through a grant that was coordinated through Soil and Water, I've now got permanent water coolers at my facility, which is great, reduces my monthly expenses. And then also for first quarter 2025, my dryers are finally there to that point where they need to be replaced. And so I've got 3 vendors that I'm just waiting for their quotes back to see who's going to get the contract, and then I can place that into my 2025 budget. And then that big event that's coming up is the Fall Foliage Tour. Fall Foliage Tour, we're on it. Whoops, let's not make noise. So we're very excited about that. I can't wait to show off the improvements that we've done in the home. I think the last one we were in was 2016, I think. And I wasn't there, so this will be my first one, so I'm very excited about that. But that's all the updates I have.
All right, very good.
Great, thank you so much.
Thanks, Greg. Facilities Director, Stephen, how are you?
How are you?
Good. You gonna report on the parking lot, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Self-evident, actually. Yeah.
I'll give those to you. Good morning. For a quick update of the department, from a staffing standpoint, we're still fully staffed. So from March to now, we're still looking good with the staffing. Our cleaning staff has finished deep cleaning all of the bathrooms. Obviously, some of them are still old. They still look old, but they're as clean as they're probably ever going to get. So they've done a really good job with getting out and getting to all of the buildings and getting through those. From the courthouse standpoint, I know that project is over, but we are still having some RTU issues. So our rooftop units are having issues. We've been in contact with Johnson Controls, Northridge, which is the company who's taken over for Johnson Controls, and then SA Communal, which is the actual company that installed them. Hopefully we'll have an update this week on their plan of attack on getting these items fixed. There's quite a few items that need to be fixed on those units. For projects, we have replaced the atrium doors on 72 Public Square. So the doors that face the courthouse had actually been rusting out for quite some time. We had planned doing that before the grand opening of the courthouse. It just was never accomplished, but we finished that this last week. We have some door controls we still have to figure out, but we're working on that now. And then the landscaping was updated over at 60 Public Square since the last time we talked. So we had a lot of overgrowth out front. Forrest had some concerns with not being able to see inside that parking lot. So now we have cameras on the building and actually view that entire parking lot from the building. So now we have a clear sight for cameras.
Good.
From a capital improvement standpoint, our sidewalk over at 60 Public Square was completed. The rooftop unit for 60 Public Square has been ordered. We will probably be doing that in the winter months, as that unit doesn't run during the winter until the new one comes on, and it'll actually be a heating as well. So it'll provide both. The administration building, since the last time we were here, the brickwork out front has been completed, or on the north side. Your guys' conference window over here, the fogged up one, has been ordered. Do not have an estimated delivery date as of yet. And then the interior renovations, obviously there's quite a few things going on. The hallway ceiling lighting and painting is almost complete. They are down on the first floor now, finishing all that paint. The stairwells will start up after the first floor is completed. The bathroom renovation started yesterday. I'm sure you guys have all heard the noise. The hallway flooring will start as the bathrooms are finishing up. As we come down through 3, 2, 1, we will be doing the flooring after those things are completed. The administration parking lot is in phase 1, and you can see the construction underway now. Ran into a little bit of issues out there with soils, but we'll get through all of that. The administration chiller has been ordered. Again, that'll be a winter time. That'll only affect the cooling in this building, so it'll be smart for us just to deal with it in the winter time. The wayfinding signing we're still working on that. The administration elevator upgrade, I have been working with Kone. We had subcontractors out taking a look at all of the things that needed to get done: electrical upgrades, HVAC upgrades. New mechanical rooms have to have HVAC in them now from a code standpoint. So we're working through all those issues now. So we'll get that number back to you soon. The court annex roof, I apologize, the administration, the standalone HVAC system. So we have 4 standalones that sit on the ground level here, the first floor, which you guys have approved through some of the ARPA funding. We are waiting for those quotes to come back. They are working on those now. The court annex roof has been completed. The courthouse clock tower lighting has been completed. That was a mouthful. I don't know if you guys had seen the pictures. I know we had some adjustments we needed to make from the lighting standpoint, but hopefully we've gotten all of that corrected. And
I've heard a lot of compliments about how well it looks.
Yes.
When you go by, it really is striking in the summer months and with the 4th of July holidays. And
excellent.
I think it's a really nice look.
Excellent. The Human Service Center exterior repair project has been completed. That is off of our books now. The Human Service Center RTU and AHU replacement and upgrade, that equipment has been ordered. We will start working on that soon, as we need to put concrete pads down on the ground to house the equipment. That will be no longer on top the rooftop at that location. The jail fire alarm panel is on order. We're waiting for a couple more parts to arrive, and then we should have a pre-construction meeting starting here in the next few weeks on getting that all completely updated. The RTU replacements at the jail have been completed. We are running into some problems with the condensate coming off of the cold water lines. We are working with engineers on trying to get that solved. We thought we were going to solve it with the new equipment. Unfortunately, it's been a problem since the building was built. And now we're just trying to solve how do we correct something that's been there from day one. So we're working through that now. The jail platform will start next Monday. So that will kick off that little bit of work. The Jobs and Family Services rooftop unit has been completed. We have a little bit of insulation work to do, and then we have a platform that is being designed to be set up on that rooftop so we can actually service it. When they installed that unit, they had to lift it up 18 inches to create a new curb adapter for it. So not only is the unit tall, but it's also 18 inches taller than what it used to be, which is really putting it out of reach for us to actually maintain the equipment. So we'll work on that now. And then the Veterans Building, the garage doors will be going in this week. The construction fence should be coming down, and the contractor is still saying that we are on schedule to be done by the end of this week. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Did you find a replacement floor you liked for the bathrooms?
Yes, the flooring sample that we had received was the wrong sample, and they had shown us another one that looks scarily like the first one, so I didn't really see much of a difference.
So we're all good?
Yes, we are all good.
Okay.
Good, excellent.
Any other questions?
The wayfinding project, is that, are they waiting for us to kind of get back to them with what we need? I know they did some renderings and things that looked good, but do they need kind of a bigger strategy, or what's the next
You're
steps
talking
on
about for
that?
the administration building.
building
Yeah.
wayfinding.
I think we're waiting for a team to be formed to kind of go through everybody's needs
Yeah.
from a public official standpoint, from the recorders, the treasurer, the auditors, and find out what that all looks like for all the parties involved, so we can have a clear discussion with the architects on
Give
how
them
that.
some direction.
That is
Yep.
correct.
Okay, that seems
And
like a
it'll
good next
be
step.
nice to no longer have.
When
just
do you think we
papers on the wall.
ought to be doing that?
Sooner than later. I think we need to start.
Okay.
I think that the signage, we've got paper signs up everywhere, so the
Right,
signage hasn't
sure.
changed in the building. I
Right,
don't think
right.
we're in any kind of it doesn't need to be done today.
Right,
But I
so
think
we ought to do it either September or October.
we should be thoughtful on
Okay,
how we do
I'm
this.
kind of putting it together, okay.
Yes.
All right. Anything else? Good? Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, super. All right. We do have a resolution commending Melanie Kasten Kraus for her more than 42 years of service with Medina County. She has an event later this week that we'll be at and presenting that to her. She is retiring from the Society for Handicapped Citizens, Medina County, on December 31st of this year. Melanie has been employed with the Society for Handicapped Citizens for over 42 years, serving as a social worker, the Director of Social Services, Director of Development, and the Executive Director. Whereas Melanie served under 3 executive directors and performed her duties through leading, managing, directing, and advocating, collaborating with various public and private entities for the benefit of persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Whereas the Board of County Commissioners wishes to recognize and honor Melanie for her commitment and diligent work for the Society for Handicapped Citizens of Medina County and persons served. So, entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Move second. Any discussion or comments?
Wish her the best. She well-deserved retirement.
42 years.
I know,
Yes.
I know.
That's a great term of service, and that organization does a lot of really, really positive things for the community.
Yeah, and for those of you maybe not as much involved, but the society, obviously, I know Melanie attends a lot of different functions. She has a collaborative spirit, and she puts the energy. And it's just not her agency, but she serves the community in so many ways.
And it's noteworthy that even, you'd think, well, somebody who's been there that long, maybe it's kind of coasting, but they continue to grow and expand. They're expanding down into Ashland County and
Oh, yeah.
have properties under development. So, yeah, a lot of the work they're doing under her direction has continued with full force, even as she's, approached her retirement. So that's to be commended.
Years ago,
too.
she had big shoes to fill. I knew most of these former directors, and she's done it
Yeah.
successfully and
Yep.
expanded beyond. So, all right, roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. All right. Next, open to public comment. Stan, you're the public here, so okay, nothing. All right, discussion session. Matt, you have anything? Chris, anything? Anything else, Stephen? All right.
Matt has sent a proposal to Wadsworth, an initial proposal to Matt Hiscock and Tom Morris to review for the building department issue. So we'll see how they like it.
Okay, very good.
I have a NOACA update. I haven't had one for a while.
Gosh.
So
Okay.
So settle in. It'll be, No, it's we have a meeting this Friday. One of the agenda items, I just kind of want to get your insight on it, but one of the agenda items is approving the traffic study that NOACA has committed to doing at the interchange to 71 Boston Road, but the whole corridor from Boston Road up to north into Cuyahoga County into Strongsville, which was kind of the push from the city of Brunswick that they were directing to happen as part of, or perhaps in connection with, the legislation to try and repeal the previous legislation that would have otherwise forced the interchange. So that's on the agenda this week. I'm inclined to support it, but I've also heard from some citizens who've expressed concern about whether that delays or undermines the process, in Columbus. Obviously, we don't have a lot of control or say over how that happens. We've got allies down there with Representatives Miller and Representative Ray who are working diligently on that. The Senate's already taken action.
Do we have how Brunswick City wants us to?
I think the city is supportive of the actual study.
Okay.
So, but I'm also sensitive to the concerns of the community members who say, well, does this just cause the legislature to delay further action? So I didn't know if in connection with our support, or presumably support of that resolution, perhaps we could put a letter together to our representatives and say, hey, we support this, we support the city of Brunswick's position, but we also don't want to lose sight of the repeal effort, and just kind of reiterate our focus on that and our support of the repeal effort continuing in Columbus.
It's my understanding ODOT's treating this as an independent, in as much as that legislation is just working through the process. It's the politics of the moment as well as the politics of the next General Assembly to repeal that.
Right.
ODOT supports moving forward, and actually that's why they asked NOACA to lead it, because it involves a consensus of the communities.
Yep.
And it just makes sense to continue that because there are traffic problems
Right.
that need to be addressed. And the last consultant that was at the direction of one community, pretty much, Strongsville. This is at the direction of the actually regional partners.
Right.
So I think there'll be a better and more thoughtful outcome from that process than the prior, as well as certainly, I don't think it'll undermine that process. It's like I said, it's more the politics of the moment down there. And frankly, I mean, it comes down to it is when they remove that ORC provision requiring that interchange, the study will have to be done anyway.
Right. And I guess that's kind of where my thoughts are too, because I don't want to undermine the support we've been able to generate at NOACA for opposing any action that isn't supported by Brunswick. And NOACA has been pretty clear in taking that position.
Sure.
And so I don't want to undermine that by standing in the way of this study that NOACA wants to happen, both cities involved want to have happen, so I think we should probably be supportive of that. But I guess my other thought is if we're open to it, or if the two of you are open to some kind of communication to our representatives in connection with that, just to reiterate or restate our position on the legislation itself.
I would agree. I'd agree.
Yes.
We ought to just reinforce with the legislature we're in support of repealing that section.
Right. And that while we think NOACA is taking the steps they need to take, we'd like to see similar action in Columbus. So,
Agreed.
okay, I'll get to work on that, circulate
good.
something.
Anything else?
That's all I had.
Okay. I don't have anything else. Anything else for the good of the order? Then I guess we
Move to
recess.
adjourn.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Harrison?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hambley?
Yes. Everybody have a good week. Enjoy the fall weather.